So today I am going to be talking about India's energy dependence, a hidden economic risk. So over the past few weeks, the world has been closely watching tensions in the Middle East, especially around the Strait of Hormuz. This is a very narrow stretch of water, but it carries nearly one-fifth of the world's oil supply. Because of the recent conflicts and attacks on oil tankers, global oil prices have started rising sharply. And for India, this is not just international news, it is a direct economic problem. Now imagine this. You wake up tomorrow and suddenly petrol prices go up by 20-30%. Your cab rides become more expensive, food prices increase, flights get costlier, and suddenly everything feels more expensive. The surprising part is nothing inside India had to change for this to happen. This brings us to the core issue. India is heavily dependent on imported energy, especially crude oil. A large portion of this oil comes through the Strait of Hormuz. So, when there is a geopolitical conflict in that region, it disrupts global oil supply and pushes oil prices up very quickly. And so, when oil prices finally rise, India feels the impact almost immediately. Firstly, our import bill increases. We have to pay more dollars for the same amount of oil. This puts pressure on our currency, the rupee, which may start weakening. Secondly, it leads to inflation. Oil is used in transportation, manufacturing, almost everything. So, when oil prices go up, the cost of goods and services also increases. This is called imported inflation and it is very difficult to control. Thirdly, it is affecting our overall economic stability. A higher import bill is worsening our current account deficit, and a weaker rupee is making foreign investors nervous. So, something happening thousands of kilometers away in the Strait of Hormuz is directly impacting India's economy. And this is not a new problem. In 1991, we faced a similar major economic crisis. One of the key reasons was rising oil prices during the Gulf War. So, historically, energy dependence has always been a vulnerability for India. Now, the question is what can India do? Firstly, India needs to diversify its energy resources. We should not depend heavily on just one region. Secondly, we need to invest more in renewable energy like solar and wind because you cannot disrupt sunlight or wind through geopolitics. Third, India should build and maintain strategic petroleum reserves. These act like emergency stockpiles during global disruptions. However, these solutions are not easy. Renewable energy needs large investments, geopolitical partnerships are complex, and moving away from fossil fuels can face resistance. So, this is not just an economic issue anymore, it is also a political and strategic challenge. In the short term, India must secure supply and manage inflation. In the medium term, expand renewable energy, and in the long term, aim for energy independence. To conclude, the Strait of Hormuz crisis reminds us that India's economy is deeply connected to global geopolitics. If India wants stable growth and economic security, reducing energy dependence is not optional, it is essential. Because in today's world, energy security is economic security. Thank you.